I know you're not going to believe this, but the ever hypocritical communist news network talent agency who always showcases their stage actors, their news anchors, is looking to call Trump and Ted Cruz out on their hypocrisy. So what you have is a muddled mess of the clowns of a government-controlled hypocritical news outlet hypocritically slamming the hypocrisy of the clowns over in the political circus. Let's listen in.
And a ringing endorsement from President Trump today in one of the most consequential midterm elections in the country. The president tweeting in part, quote, "Ted Cruz has done so much for Texas. Ted has long had my strong endorsement." For his part, campaigning in Texas, Cruz was very grateful for the love note.
Ah, Jake Tapper, just as condescending and smug as ever.
I appreciated the president's tweet this morning. I'm very glad that the president is coming on Monday to come down to Texas for a rally in Houston.
That is so sweet, because it wasn't that long ago that those two were trading devastating insults, starting with Trump coming up with a nasty nickname for his then primary opponent.
Let's think about this for a second before we get into CNN's footage of the Trump versus Cruz hypocrisy. Politics is what Jake Tapper does. It's pretty much what CNN is all about. And he's sitting there acting like hypocrisy, lies, deception, doublespeak, and fakery aren't all part of the political game.
Lying Ted Cruz. He's lying Ted. He's no good, I'm telling you. Lyin apostrophe. Lying Ted.
Then it got even more bizarre. Trump suggesting Cruz's father was somehow linked to the assassination of JFK.
I mean, what was he doing with Lee Harvey Oswald shortly before the death, before the shooting? It's horrible.
And going after Cruz's wife, Heidi, threatening in a tweet to, quote, spill the beans on her, and then retweeting this unflattering photo comparing her to Melania.
It is not acceptable for a big, loud New York bully to attack my wife. I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
It doesn't matter if it's CNN who just so happens to be shining a light on this clear hypocrisy. It still highlights the fact that both Trump and Cruz are part of the political WWE game where they talk smack about their opponent at one point and then they come along as a staunch supporter at another point. And this constant deception wreaks havoc on the minds of those who fail to think logically and critically about what's really going on here. If you deny this hypocrisy because you happen to be a Trump supporter, a Cruz supporter, or a conservative who hates CNN, then your mind is pinned to the floor of your own cognitive dissonance. This isn't hypocrisy because CNN says it is, it's hypocrisy because it truly is. CNN is right, but the double deception here is that they themselves are blinded by their own hypocrisy. You don't hear them calling out the political banter between Obama and Clinton, because that wouldn't bode well for their leftist agenda. CNN is part of the WWE crowd-pleasing theater as well. It's all geared toward capturing your mind, priming you for choosing a side, and herding you like a sheep into the pen where you give up and vote for another lying political master.
Which led to this at the Republican National Convention.
God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.
I like that movie. And what you heard there at the end was Senator Cruz getting booed at the Republican National Convention because he did not explicitly endorse Donald Trump for president during his speech. But we're in a different period now. That was then, this is now.
Oh yeah, we're in a different period now. Like this never happens. Jake, you're such an actor.
Amanda, you used to work for Ted Cruz. Are you surprised by this, kindling of romance that we're seeing between these two?
This would be Amanda's perfect opportunity to make Tapper tap out. She could say, "Are you serious, Jake? This is politics. This is what all political scumbags do as they sway with the wind and mold themselves to what suits their political agenda at any given point in time." But she doesn't.
Yeah, but I guess it's better for Cruz that Trump is saying nice things about him rather than negative things. The thing that I actually think is most bizarre in the debate that Ted Cruz had with his opponent last night, Beto O'Rourke, Beto picked up Trump's attacks on Cruz, went off with the lying Ted. And I just think that's so funny because Democrats supposedly think like Trump is this terrible moral character. So why are they using his talking points?
Well, to be clear, Beto O'Rourke was not lobbing personal insults.
No, he said.
Oh, great. It's CNN's own white people hating Simone Sanders.
We have the tape. We have the tape.
Let's
roll the tape. I just want to show the debate last night, Congressman Beto O'Rourke and Senator Ted Cruz. And here is the page out of the Trump nasty nickname book that Beto O'Rourke took.
Senator Cruz is not going to be honest with you. He's going to make up positions and votes that I've never held or have ever taken. He's dishonest. It's why the president called him Lying Ted, and it's why the nickname stuck, because it's true.
Exactly. So I'd like to know.
So wait, you agree with Trump now?
What I am saying is what Beto O'Rourke was laying out is that.
See, here's the mental gymnastics they're all involved in here. It's not about agreeing with Trump. Either Cruz is a liar or he isn't. Either Trump was right or he wasn't. Just because you agree with what someone said doesn't mean you endorse that person. This is ridiculous.
Ted Cruz has a history of not telling the truth to voters. He has a history of misrepresenting his position.
This is why Beto's gonna lose.
And that's what he said. Beto never said, that's why you're lying, Ted. He presented the argument and then inserted a very poignant attack line that I know folks don't like from President Trump. Look, the fact of the matter here is, though, if I was Ted Cruz, I don't care how down I was in the polls. My moral dignity.
Can it even get any more convoluted? Fasten your seatbelts because Simone Sanders is going to lecture us on moral dignity.
My dignity and my self-respect would not allow me to take support from someone that talked about my father, talked about my wife, lambasted my character, and attacked me personally.
Now, Sanders does bring up a good point. Cruz and Trump conveniently forget their differences and disagreements so that they can unite in their fight to maintain Republican control.
Well, I'm just going to say, if Beto's the next great Southern hope to save the Democratic Party and run for president in 2020, he's going to have to do better than recycle Donald Trump's attack.
So this happens in politics, right? I mean, it does, Ted Kennedy says nasty things about Jimmy Carter and then endorses him.
Yeah, and you don't see this as a problem, Jake? The fact that this does happen in politics is one of the major reasons we should abandon politics. The fact that these news people give politics and politicians so much airtime as though the whole process was legitimate is a testimony to the complete brainwashing of the public by the media. Even when they admit the obvious charade, they still try to sell us on the notion that it's all legit, and the masses eat it up.
John McCain and George W. Bush hated each other. I don't think that's too strong a word. They hated each other, but ultimately came to a political agreement and alliance. The difference here is that the stuff that Trump himself has said, Bush had surrogates say things nasty about McCain and his family. The stuff Trump himself has said personally about his dad, about his wife, spilling the beans. It's just remarkable to see, and I get Trump needs Texas to stay red and Cruz needs to win. I get that, but it is surprising.
So after fake Jake the Snake Tapper just said this is what happens in politics, he turns right around and says it's surprising? Politicians attack each other, trying to get people on board with them, and later, after they've messed with everybody's mind, they join hands with the same politicians who they were just attacking, and they ride off into the sunset together, and everybody applauds the union of two disgusting political hacks. Our world is truly mad. And CNN is more than happy to continue fanning the flames of lunacy. Before you go, check out my channel on Minds.com. The link's in the description, and I'll be posting content there that you won't see anywhere else. Guys, I don't know how much longer my channel will be around here on YouTube. Please take a minute and sign up to my email list. It's free, painless, and you'll get some cool stuff. Also, take another minute to subscribe to my decentralized, censorship-free BitChute and Steemit channels. All these links are in the description. I want you to know this. If my channel goes down, I'll still produce content for you guys through my website and through BitChute and Steemit. So make sure you stay connected through the email subscription link in the description below. Just watch the 45-second video on my website and you'll be all set. If you want to support my work on this channel, grab a shirt, snag a flashlight, or hit me up on Patreon and PayPal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Before you go, check out one of the most in-your-face, hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirt stores on the planet. Just by wearing one of these t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, or cutoffs, and without saying a word, you can let people know that black rifles matter. You can inform the sleeping masses that fluoride is dumbing them down, that Google is a gulag-style censorship machine, that the Department of Homeland Security is merely security theater, that the NSA makes your private life their business, that the Grim Reaper supports everyone's troops, that we need to legalize freedom, that in life there are no excuses, that CNN is a communist news network, voting is the suggestion box of slaves, that 9/11 was a lie, and that all official stories should be questioned. Also, let people know we're in the middle of a full-blown sheep-volution, taxation is theft, the IRS is an immoral robbery service, cops enjoy protecting and serving the crap out of you, that the space you occupy is not a gun-free zone, and that gun-free zones are the most dangerous places on earth. Your purchase helps support more hard-hitting content on my censored channel. As of the recording of this video, I have over 90 designs. I take your requests for new designs, and I'm adding new ones every week, so check back often. The link to the store is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.